Welcome everyone. This is session 58 of the War for Crimson Rock. We have a full house again today. Super happy about that. We had a little bit of hiatus, but we are back and ready to go. If someone could please give us a summary or just a recap of what happened last time.
I can go ahead if no one else wants to go.
Absolutely, yes please.
Okay, so last we left off there, we had to face the four chimeras. At first, we couldn't tell which one was Chimera Grande, but we figured it out relatively quickly. Ori stepped in. She had accidentally attracted the attention of the chimeras. She managed to put them to sleep, or two out of the four chimeras, but the last two, which was Chimera Grande and another aggressive chimera, we dumped some food out. They were temporarily distracted, but the two chimeras were fighting each other. Poor Pan was kind of caught in the crossfire, just where he was hiding, but we managed to get Chimera Grande back a little bit, and we killed off the other chimera. In the meantime, Dave got to go and try and rescue a lone survivor who had who had lost his legs, severely damaged. We managed to kind of stabilize him a little bit afterwards. And then we started walking. We brought Chimera Grande with us for quite a bit of the way. He told us of a sacred area to Dave's clan. So we began walking in that direction with him and Chimera Grande. We convinced Chimera Grande to live freely in the woods. At first, two of our heads were not as keen on it, but we convinced the third head, the dragon head, to it was probably a better idea to just wander freely in the woods. So when we made it to the cave, apparently the barbarian said that it was it used to be the skeleton of a great dragon that had been covered up, and they needed to protect it. Dave managed to find the entrance to the cave, and we left him with several sausages and supplies while we descended into the cave to our uncertain fate. That cover most of it?
Yeah, that was pretty solid. Anybody want to add anything on top of that? That was really good. Thank you.
That was everything.
All right, excellent. Okay. Welp, let's see. Okay, there we go. Okay. I don't think we really need to do so, but I'll be happy to allow you guys again, just to kind of, if you'd like to reassess any of these characters, enemies, allies. I think it's probably the same, but just let me know if you feel differently. I'll give you guys just 10 seconds if you want to think about that at all.
I mean, it looks good, I think.
Okay.
Which is Pan's sister in here?
That would be Rieto. I'm sorry, that's not Pan's sister. I don't have her on here, actually. You know what? I need to throw her in there. Let me.
Yes, I would put her kind of between the enemies and allies. Because she did show up trying to steal stuff from the barbarians, but she obviously did not. She really wasn't doing us many favors. She did give us Pan back, so it's just kind of like me.
I'll put her right there. Okay, there we go. All right, so where would you like to put her?
Not right there, kind of where she, maybe under the guy who used to run the other competing orc sacks.
How's that? Umok, right under Umok, I guess?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Looks good, everyone?
Are there any other characters that are not up here that we've had submitted? Your Ori's brother is still up here.
Ori's brother is Lucius. Actually, you should be able to hover. Let me know if you can hover over him.
Oh,
Can
yeah,
you see
that's
the
right.
names?
That's Lucius. That's him. So for Lucius,
He's there. Yep.
he's He is, I would, the problem is he's kind of like a misguided, like he still wants to believe in the state, but the question is whether or not if it comes down between the state and us,
Yeah,
or
that's
do
why
you
he's in the middle.
yeah. So I guess he can
He's in the
stand
middle
there.
because he's not quite on either side.
Hmm. We haven't. We may have to revisit Vosavio. Did I say his name right? Vosavoy?
Vesuvio,
Vesuvio. Sorry.
you're good.
So I would put him in the middle, just because he may not have been an ally in the business world. There's nothing that has really proved, or he was never really I mean, he was an enemy to your father in the business world or a competitor in the business world. He's the one who told us about Umok, and we haven't had any other interactions with him that would make him a true enemy, as far as I can tell. Anyone got different comments on that?
Everything looks fine to me. Nothing really unchanged.
Okay.
Okay. If we're good, I'm going to proceed. Here we go. Okay. You make your way down the cavern. There's a musty smell. A thick fog covers the most of the cavern as you enter in. You can feel a little hint of humidity inside. You can see some lanterns kind of lighting your way down the hallway, or down this long cavern corridor. So as you're looking about, you do see some, skeletons, some bones, scattering of bones here and there, of an assortment of things. You may not know what they are. So tell me, I guess, what
And
is?
I,
Go ahead.
Mhm. Oh, I was going to investigate the bones. I want to look to see if what type of, are they animal bones? Are they humanoid? Do they have teeth marks? Do they have sword marks?
Roll investigation for me, real quick, please, Mikage.
Okay. Bear with me.
I'm hoping that it works.
It's been a little while, so I forgot to pull up everything. Investigation. I think I should have put more into intelligence, but
There we go. Nice. Nice, not so nice. You're not able to discern kind of what type of bones they are. They are, for the most part, what you can tell is that they've been here for quite a while. That's probably the best you can see. But the amount of decay and time that they've been down make it difficult to determine much else aside from that they've been here for a while. Okay.
okay.
I want to pick up the lantern.
You have a lantern. The lanterns seem to be fixed in place.
Oh.
However, you do see
Fixed
several kind of in the distance. They're kind of, let's say, about 20 to 50 feet between each other. So you're just seeing them kind of a light, a brief light, kind of in the distance, kind of leading you towards a certain direction or so.
So either they're eternal lights or that someone's been here recently. We still have our torches.
You do still have,
Also,
If we need
Ori
them.
can make fire, so she makes a little bit of fire in her hand when she can't move the lantern.
describe your marching orders. Like, how do you guys plan to go forward, or what do you plan to do now that you've looked in the cave? There's a path of light. You can see it kind of far off in the distance with lanterns interspersed, like I said, about 20, 50 feet or so between each one throughout. What are your thoughts?
I mean, Ori's very curious, but since this is kind of Dave's clan's thing, she's not gonna step forward.
Mikage's interested because it's a dragon cave, and she's just kind of looking around to see any other, like, obviously this was the corpse of a dragon. If there's anything else that she can recognize that would be important to her in terms of dragons.
Dave, what are you thinking right now, or what are your thoughts?
Well, since my clan wasn't too far from here, I'm going to investigate the area to see if there's any remnants of past explorers from my clan. Anything I can see.
Go ahead and roll investigation for me, please. Oh, not a good day for rolling today. You look about.
It is dark and it is musty.
As you check around on the scraps, things on the floor, you're looking around to investigate these looking for signs of from your clan. It looks like so much has been decayed. It's hard to really gather, what's been going on. It's really hard again to kind of decipher, like, oh, what are these different pieces on the floor? They just all look like scraps to you. Okay.
Ori's got her super demon dark vision. Can I see anything? If I roll a thing.
So you have your vision to be able to see dark. You have dark vision.
In the dark, right?
Yeah. So you're able to see things that are more or less whatchamacallit. Anyways, I won't go into that. You look around and you see in front of you seems to be a path, right? Even amongst all the rocks and rubble that have been that have fallen and lay about the ground, there still seems to be a particular path. You can see like it's been carved out. That looks like it's made for travelers or someone to pass through there, right? It's very distinctive, like someone carved out a path in this certain direction or so.
Ori says, "So, who wants to go first?"
Pam, what are your thoughts?
I'll go.
Mikage as well.
Okay.
How wide is it? Question. Like, how many people can walk, like, side by side?
You about 2 by 2, more or less. Yeah.
Okay, so Dave and Pan first, Ori and Mikage falling behind.
Perfect.
As you continue down the corridor, you can hear small creatures. Their patterings as they go by. You hear the chirping of bats, other small critters of, night crawlers, right? You approach to a side that looks to be particularly flat, right on your left-hand side, okay? And as you hold your torch over it, you can see distinctively a relief carved into the walls. There are details there, but it seems to be covered in cobwebs. There's a thick layer of dust over the entire thing.
Mikage is going to take one of her torches and, like, burn away the cobwebs and see if she can, like, clear off the space. All the while grumbling about, like, cobwebs.
You see the cobwebs light up in a quick, whoosh. and then afterwards a lot of the dust kind of settles down. And as you hold your torch up, you can see very distinctively there are three clear images that you see, right? The first one that you look at, you see two individuals engaged in battle. There's one of them, looks like he's holding a shield, and he is slaying the other one, right? The other one is down on the ground, and he's essentially like cut off his head. And in his shield, the one that is killing the other one, you see a symbol of fire. And the one on the ground, you see a symbol, and it looks like a whatchamacallit? It is like a snowflake, like a frost or something like that. Okay.
So the one with the fire is defeating the individual with the ice shield.
Correct.
Okay.
In the middle.
And is there anything that looks like two people? Like other than the carvings?
Wait, what do you mean by that?
So it's just the carvings. There's nothing else that looks similar to two individuals like doing battle. I'm suspecting a puzzle coming up.
Well, there are three images. So the first one you see is that there's one individual slaying another one. The one who is defeating the individual on the ground is holding a shield with a flame on it. The other one is holding it with an ice shield, right? A smoke or a frost, whatever. There is another image in the next one, the next relief that you see. There is a image of one with a shield. It seems to be like smoke or a cloud or something like that. And then the other one with the flaming shield, they seem to be bowing to one another. Okay?
Okay.
And then the final one that you see that there is one with a shield with an ice, or like the frost one, and then it is slaying the knight with the or the individual with the shield that has like the smoke or the cloud on it.
Okay.
What are your thoughts? And what would you like to do?
I mean, is there anything like interactable? Like noticeably? Not like, let me go rub the wall, but like, do I see anything?
You don't sense anything. You look around, there's no levers, there's no knobs or, anything distinctly that tells you need to touch something or so. It's just that wall relief that you see in front of you.
How's my spidey sense? Is it tingling?
Your spidey sense is not tingling. However, the way the figures are drawn, it is very similar. The outfits, the clothing that they're wearing, the garb that they have, looks very similar to your barbarian tribe.
Okay. Well, so the swords that they're slaying them with, each one slaying them with, does it look like the sword that I have?
It does not. No. It doesn't have a very strong resemblance. It looks like a very, let's just call it a generic sword.
Okay. Is there anything else in the room that is distinctive?
Maybe fire or ice related?
Yeah. Is there anything on the opposing? So these are reliefs on the wall, right?
Correct, on the left-hand side.
Okay. What about the other walls?
You look towards the right. Roll a perception check, Dave. Let me know what.
Okay.
You look just a bit further, and you see beneath some rocks that there are these, like, let's call them poles, kind of just sticking out of the ground. There's 3 of them or so.
Okay.
They seem to be kind of buried amongst some rocks or so, fairly lodged, quite firmly in the rocks or so.
There's holes in the rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The 3 of them.
Can you
Well,
like
there's 3.
tug on?
There's 3.
Wait, sorry, one at a time.
Um,
Go ahead, Dave, and then I'll ask you, Pan. Go ahead.
Okay, so there's 3. There's 3 statues and 3 poles. Is there anything distinctive about the poles?
Are you going to go up to them? There's kind of a little bit of a distance away. So is that fair to say?
Okay. I've got eagle eyes, but I'll go up to them.
Okay. You go over to them, and etched nearby them on each of the poles, there's a symbol, and it is similar to each of the ones that you saw before. There's a fire symbol, there's a, let's say, an ice symbol, and then there's like a smoke or a cloud. Let's say a smoke symbol right nearby.
If I like try to jiggle them, do they move?
As you touch one of them, which one do you want to touch first? Let me ask you that.
I'll touch the bowing one.
So which one? I'm sorry.
The smoke one.
Oh, the smoke one.
Smoke one.
You touch the smoke one, and then you feel, as you hold on to the smoke one, you can sense an element of smoke actually kind of start to envelop your hands. You can kind of feel it actually all over, like both hands now. You can see almost just like smoke emanating from each one.
Okay.
However, you don't feel any pain. You don't sense that there's no coldness. It's just there's just literally just like kind of smoke coming out of your hands as you're holding on to it.
There's just smoke coming out of my hands.
Mhm.
Oh no, am I gonna die now? Well, I wave over to the guys with my smoky hands and I say, try to get their attention.
Party time. I was telling him to pull on one of those levers. Like, that's what I was saying. I was like, can you like yank it? But he wiggled it anyways. So
Okay. Well, I say, hey guys, I think we're supposed to each get one of these.
okay, I'll grab one.
Okay.
I want to touch the fire one.
I really don't care. Then the leftover. Okay.
I guess we go that way.
So the one yeah. Yeah, let's go to that one.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh, Sorry, sorry, you're cutting in and out. What do we see in front of us? Yeah. All right. All right. Okay.
Almost like a what? I can't hear you.
Maybe he dropped.
Now,
Yeah.
yes.
Sorry.
You're good
It's
right
still
now.
cutting out periodically. It cuts out periodically. It's not really a set. Hmm.
Yeah, I think so. This is like wolf will eat the chicken, chicken will eat the grain, cross the river sort of thing. You can only take two.
I don't know. We got to find out. But it ultimately there's a pathway that we can cross. I guess when we cross to or start crossing the bridge, we'll be able to find out if anything is triggered. I do want to roll. I mean, I don't. I have an ability. So the spell, I have a spell that allows me to find traps, but I don't know if I want to, like, I have a sneaking suspicion as a ranger and has dealt with things like this before that there is something here that we have to be careful of. But I guess before,
I tried that.
huh?
Yeah, I agree. Like we should look for
So,
traps.
okay, so look for traps. Um, First, though, I'm going to put my foot on the bridge and kind of test it out a little bit. Just kind of put my weight, or I can, yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do first before I roll for traps. I'm going to start going partially over the bridge. Okay, so it's like an invisible bridge. Hmm.
Okay. Hmm.
So this will probably just be the mechanism to cross the path. So, and I'm assuming from where the
What
holes
were the
are.
pillars? Sorry, what were the pillars again? I think you were cutting out there. There was something about the pillars. Okay. Sorry, you cut out. Hello? Yeah, I
Yeah.
can hear you now.
Yeah, when you speak, we can hear you, but it just cuts off, and that's the problem.
Yeah, like, yeah, you're cutting out for like a few, like about 3 seconds in, 3 seconds out, or maybe, yeah. Yeah.
It just literally goes like we couldn't even hear that full sentence. It was there for a
Yeah.
few words, out for a few words.
Yeah.
Question, can you do the audio for this on your phone? I mean, or will that alter the record or not, or stop the recording? Yeah, sign on an extra as your on your phone, and that way we can have your audio. It'll still be recorded if you leave it on your computer.